Good morning, folks. Sorry, I know I'm trying to do everything with one hand because as you can see, yep, I got me a little lady here who's wanting some wobbins. Yep, she wanting her wobbins. And you gotta give her her wobbins because she's such a little stinker girl. Yep. Oh, okay. Now she's gonna stick her butt in my face. Or she's going to sit down. There we go. There she is. I know, that's a pretty picture. Yeah. Yeah. I know. What you going to do? I'm just going to sit here and scratch myself and I'm going to come up here and bug you, Mommy. Are you going to bug your mommy? Such a silly girl. There she is. I know. That's Miss America. So for right now. Mommy, I have an itch. Okay, well, you scratch. I know. Anywho, hi. How are yous? Oh, you gonna get your mommy? You gonna bite your mommy? I know. Okay, well, you chew on mommy. Yeah. Oh, my word. Yeah, my word. Such a pretty girl. Such a pretty girl. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I hope you got a good dose of the little lady here. I know. That's what I get every morning. And I love it. I love getting such a big dose of little lady every morning. It's so wonderful. So anyway, yeah. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good one. I am definitely having a good one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Better? I hope so. I'm not fixing it. She's getting her mommy. So anyway, ooh, she's really getting her mommy now. So I might scream here in a minute. She wants to bite me. She's like, no, no, getting a bit rough. A little rough. She said, but mommy, I want to bite you. I know you do, but no. Anywho, I know she's gotten into this biting thing. I'm actually looking at maybe some sort of cat toys for her that are more of a chew toy. Because she loves going after my wires too. Yeah. So, anywho, all right. Let's get moving with this. Anyway, I know her birthday's coming up at the end of the month, so I gotta get on the ball here. So anyway, yesterday, first day out to work. Awesome. Loved it. Felt good being back in the saddle again. Yay. Kind of funny. Some funny things happen. For one thing, those of you who are just joining, first of all, welcome. And if you don't know, excuse me, I moved here to Minnesota from Vegas, where I spent the last 20 years. Why in the world would you move from Vegas to Minnesota? Well, I did it because of health reasons, better health care here. So, and long story short, and it was a good move. I moved here to get some better medical care, wound up not needing the medical care, just the environment, the clear air. I was having a lot of breathing issues after having COVID out there. Spent the last 2 years I was having breathing issues. Moved here, better climate, better air quality environment and everything. And I started clearing up and been doing a lot of healing work since then. Not just physical healing, but also a lot of psychological healing and emotional healing and so forth. And it hasn't just been things that have happened over the last couple of years, especially the last year, but also a lot of other things in my life as well. So now I'm in the process of doing a little bit more psychological healing. I was doing ride sharing, then I had to switch over to doing deliveries last summer because of the allergy issues. I was getting very, very sensitive to perfumes, laundry detergents, fabric softeners, all that. And people coming in and out of the car all the time, and trying to breathe with that stuff, and even with wearing a mask, just wasn't helping very much. So that's why I switched over to doing deliveries. I actually enjoyed it more. Fortunately, the industry changed quite a bit over the last 7 years. So, at that point, 6 years. So, I really didn't enjoy it, but unfortunately, I wound up having to stop working because I wasn't keeping up with finances, with all the health issues and everything. So, coming out here, I have been working. I did get a job doing retail, but long story short, I left because, well, several reasons. For one thing, I realized it's not me. I also didn't like, hours constantly being played with, even though I'm supposed to be working full time. Basically a slow store, and especially with the hours that I was working, it's like, yeah, there's just not enough foot traffic, so I wasn't appreciating my hours being cut all the time. So, yeah, either way, I know I realized that I'm on a different path, and I had decided about 3 weeks ago that it was time to start going down that path, and that's what I'm doing. So, yeah, Wednesday I picked up. I don't have a car because my car got repoed. So I haven't had a car since I moved out here. My car got repoed before I left, and decided, you know what, and of course I couldn't qualify for a loan, so I decided, all right, I'm just going to rent the car through Uber. It's better for me anyway, because yeah, it's a more expensive option, but at least this way I don't have to worry about the car repairs or the oil changes, anything. So, yeah, I decided to go that route, and renting, and yeah, I picked it up on Wednesday, took a couple extra days off, did some running and so forth on Wednesday, and started to work yesterday. Yeah. And it felt good. It felt really good, being back in the saddle and everything, even though I'm in a completely different area and so forth. Few app issues I'm trying to still work out because I had, unfortunately, uninstalled the app at one point and had reinstalled it, but now I got to get all my settings and so forth. So, and I was running into a little bit of issues yesterday. So, hopefully I got those ironed out. Fingers crossed. We'll see today. But yeah, all in all, it felt really, really good being back in the saddle yesterday. So, oh, I know, allergies. I know that's her issue too. It's allergy issues with the scratching. I'm going through a lot of the same things. So, but yeah, kind of funny. Yesterday though, I went out to work, and keeping in mind I am from Vegas, okay? And street names, at least the major cross streets um, that go through the strip area are named after the hotels, even if they've been demolished, like the Tropicana here recently was demolished. So I don't know if they'll change that street name or not, because I mean that one runs the total end to end of the valley. So I don't know if they'll change that name or not now that it's demolished. But typically they uh, um, at least keep portions of it or whatever. But anyway, well, went out to work yesterday, dropped off a delivery, and went to start off to my next destination. And I was listening to the directions in my Bluetooth that I wear, and all of a sudden it told me to turn left onto Flamingo Street. One of the big thoroughfares in Vegas is Flamingo Road, east and west. They, of course, named for the Flamingo Hotel and Casino. And I just floored and started dying laughing because it was like, oh my goodness. And then a little bit later, I came across Fremont Avenue, Fremont Street, one of the big tourist attractions there downtown, where basically Vegas got started, where you've got the overhead thing and so forth. Yeah, and the corner there, Fremont and Main Street, is where the big land auction took place over 100 years ago. So, yeah, I came across Fremont Avenue instead of Fremont Street, you know. And then shortly after that, I crossed through a major intersection. I was on one road. I have no idea what the name was, but I crossed over Nevada Avenue. I'm like, yeah, this is too funny. Way too funny. It was like, and on top of it, at one point, I drove by an Arco gas station. Arcos are typically not out here. I was shocked to see it, but they're all over the place out there on the West Coast. And I was just completely shocked to see it. It was just like, oh, hello, old friend. You know? Oh my goodness, I died. But yeah, I also kept catching myself in habit with my old car. Some old habits. My old car was a small SUV. So yeah, and now I'm in a subcompact. So yeah, I keep wanting to lift my leg to get into the car, and because of it, I keep hitting my knee on the dashboard. A lot of fun, but I'm slowly getting the hang of it. But the one thing though, that is I keep catching myself doing, or two things I keep catching myself doing. For one thing, I also used to drive a manual. Yeah, so I keep wanting to put the clutch in to start the car. And of course, there's no clutch there. But the other thing that I really keep catching myself doing, that one isn't that bad, and it's a little understandable. But the one that I is really hilarious, I keep catching myself doing. I go to park the car, I turn the ignition off, and I can't figure out why the car won't let me have the key. It's like, give me the key. What am I doing wrong here? Why can't I get the key out of the ignition? You dumbass, you keep forgetting to put the car in park. I'm not kidding. I keep forgetting to do that. It's like, oh my gosh. I'm so used to, well, you know, with the manual, you just go in, turn it off, you're done. Oh gosh. Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting to put the car in park. And then keep catching myself. I did that at one point at McDonald's. Went there to pick up a delivery, but I really wanted to see about using the bathroom before I picked it up. I mean, I really had to go too. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, why is this thing not giving me the damn key? What is it that I keep forgetting to do? Oh, you dumbass, you gotta put it in park. Oops. Thank goodness there's no hills. Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so. And I'm a professional driver, by the way. I've been this for 13 years. I know. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Between that and then trying to put the clutch in to start it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. I'm a goofy. I know. That's okay. I'll get back in the habit of it just in time for me to get back into a manual again. Yeah. I know. I'm a goofy. Hey, why not? I have a goofy child too. Yes. Anyway, I was gonna see about getting back to doing my yoga and so forth this morning, but I woke up with a low sugar, so not doing that. I think it's more important for me to get some food into me. I only went out for a few hours. I just mostly wanted to go out and get my feet wet. Um, Got close enough to my goal that I wanted to make. It's like, I'm not too worried about it. I can make it up today. It's the beauty of it. And I had every intention of making that goal, at least, but I came across a street that I thought put me close to home. Couldn't find out I wasn't. It was like, oops, I was so lost the whole time I was out there driving because I don't know the area at all. And and it was like I was still a good 10, 15 minutes away from home still. I thought I was close. I thought I was just right up the road. I thought, oh, okay, this road, I'll just take that a little bit south or excuse me, north or whatever. I mean, I was completely twisted around. And oops, I I wasn't. It was like, okay, I after I left the street that I was on, went back to that street. I made a left. I thought, oh, okay, after a while, I'll wind up there. Well, I wound up at a dead end. Oops. Never mind. So, oh well. I'm like, take the opportunity to go home. Maybe you could figure out what's going on with your settings with the app. So, I did find one to change, which will definitely make an improvement with one thing, but as far as the other, not entirely too sure. So I did a phone restart, so hopefully maybe it might help clear things up. We'll see. We shall see. Oh my goodness. But I'll go out today and knock some out. At least it's not raining. It did rain a little bit yesterday, but at least this morning it's not raining. I don't think it rained. It was raining when I went to bed a little bit, but I think it stopped because the ground is pretty good and dry out there. I mean, yeah, you got puddles, but as far as the rest of the pavement is concerned, it's pretty well and dried up. So, but yeah, I'll go back out today. I have to. Either way, I have to the next few days, so I make sure I have rent for the car. I have to pay that every single week. So, yeah. And I have to make sure I do 30 rides too within that time in order to keep my rental going. So, but the only issue that I am having is my neck, the back of my neck from the car accident injury that I sustained several years ago. I still deal with the whiplash back there a little bit, with that, constant moving of the head around. It's kind of flaring up a little bit. So tonight when I go to bed, I'll have to make sure I put my essential oil mixture on and get that good and massaged in. Basically, it's a combination of, for those of you who don't know, those of you who do, you can skip right over this. But for those of you who don't know, it's a combination of sweet almond oil, pine, and I use the sweet almond for the base oil, and then for the essential oils, it's pine, rose absolute, and lavender. I'm like, what's the other one? Couldn't remember. So, but yeah, that and with where it's at, I can't really use anything else because it's up in the hairline. So I use that and just massage it into those areas, and I'm good to go. So usually wake up next morning and it'll be cleared up. So I'll usually do that. I will admit that sometimes I also use, I'll take some ibuprofen if it's really bad, and the combination helps clear it up. Sometimes if I just do one and not the other, it doesn't. So, but yeah, I've kind of gotten to know its personality a little bit, so I kind of do things based off of that. So anyway, yeah, I'm moving forward. And that's what matters. I know. It feels good. It felt great. Felt really great being back out there and doing things and so forth. And of course, just as I had thought, my very first pickup request was out of Walmart. Didn't surprise me in the least. I went ahead and took it. And I did change my preferences to accept shop and pay orders. I really didn't mind doing those. Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit much, but the ones that I was getting in were decent dollar amounts, and it wasn't a whole lot of work either. And it gave me a chance to check out grocery stores around here, which is something I love to do. Those of you who know me know I'm a foodie. Yeah, I really like being a foodie. So, um, so yeah, I like checking out different grocery stores and so forth. The one I got a request from, I've been in one of their locations before. We have one out the road here, but the other one I hadn't been in, and that was interesting. It really catered to a lot of different ethnic groups. It really did. I was quite intrigued. So I might want to go back. And it was interesting too because they had, well, like for instance, they sold some not so common, let's put it that way. Like if you go into like places like Walmart or what have you, they might have like a small Asian section. But this place, they had a bit more to offer. Not just that, but also Indian, a little bit more of a selection of Jewish, and so forth. So it was just kind of like, I might want to go back and check them out. Of course, I have no idea where they were at, so I'll have to do a Google search to find one that's close. I had no idea where I was at, but at least I know the store name. It's called Hy-Vee. It's Hy-Vee. So, yeah, I'm definitely go back and check them out. And one reason I want to check them out too is they had a couple of sections there towards the front of the store. They had I think they had an in-store Starbucks, if I remember correctly. But it was either them or Cub. I don't remember. But anyway, that Cub is also a regional grocery store chain. That's CUB, Cub, like as in a bear cub. But they had, it may have been Cub that had the Starbucks, I think. It don't matter. Anyway, but anyway, the Hy-Vee, they had a couple of sections where you could get prepared food. Like they had a grill. I don't know what was all on the menu, but I wouldn't mind checking them out. But they also had a spot where you could get prepared food, Asian food cooked. Some of it was kind of like, Panda Express, with the buffet sort of situation. Not buffet, but, where you can order a plate of, like chow mein and different hot dishes or what have you. But they also had sushi, which was interesting. I'm not a sushi fan, but I thought that was rather interesting. So, but yeah, and they had a huge seafood area, even though I don't eat seafood. I can't stand even the smell of seafood. I had gotten sick on seafood when I was a kid, and I haven't been able to stand it since then. I don't know if if it's a food allergy or if it was food poisoning maybe I had at that time. I don't know. I was 4 years old. But since then, I can't stand the smell of it. I've gotten a little bit better about, like the prepackaged, like fish sticks or whatever, but still, yet it's nauseating. Ugh. But it was if you're interested in that, it was a pretty big seafood area that they had, which really surprised me. But yeah, I actually it is a food allergy. I just thought of that because I remember last year I was buying um, milk with that was it wasn't the grass fed milk, it was the other stuff that has the omega 3s, and with what they use for it is fish oil. Um, and I kept breaking out, and I couldn't figure out, why am I breaking out? Hello, fish oil. So yeah, it is an allergy. Um, that's why. That's right. I forgot all about that. So yeah, it's like, ugh. But still, yeah, even the smell of it, it just, oh my gosh, drives me nuts. So anyway, um, if you're interested in that, go check them out, see what they got. I didn't go over there. Had no reason to, and much rather stay away. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, it was a good day. I was out there for about 4.5 hours. Not too bad. And yeah, made a little bit of money, and it's like, all right, we're good. We're getting this ball rolling. Do have to finish paying off that um, advance that I took from my Uber earnings last January, so I'll finish that up today, and then I'll have everything start working at, finishing up with, because I still have a little bit of money in the bank account, but I just have to finish getting everything together for the car rental, and of course pay for gas too. So, which I do have to get today. I'm about 3/4 of a tank, so it's not too bad. I forgot to get the mileage. I got to remember to do that. Keep track of that. But yeah, it was a good day. It was really good. It felt really awesome. Felt really, really good. It's given me a chance to get out and explore a little bit and check things out and see, maybe there's other places that I might like to maybe consider to living or what have you. There was this one apartment complex that was really nice. Actually, there was a few of them that I had seen. I apartment complexes that I liked, because they had walking paths and lots of greenery around and so forth, but not a whole lot to offer as far as things are concerned. There's a reason why people were getting things delivered. So it's not really quite a part of town that I really want. Like, I do like it up here on the northern side. It's kind of on the edge of the cities, and um, yeah, it's there's a lot of country up here. Yeah, I still have to do a drive in order to get to Whole Foods, but there's into some other things. But there's a lot to offer with the things that I'm interested in, as far as nature is concerned. So, but yeah, it's really quiet, really, really quiet. So I'm still thinking of sticking around up here, but I'd like to check out Maple Grove a little bit more. I don't know. I'm really drawn to over there, partly because of the Whole Foods right there, but and I do like that Whole Foods store. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But it's given me a chance to see some other things and check out different cultures, the different cultural aspects of the city and so forth. So, yeah, it's been kind of nice so far. But anyway, also heard from a friend of mine yesterday, and him and his family are going to be taking a little vacation here next month. They'll have their young son with them and everything, so I'll get a chance to meet him. I see, my friend, him and I were neighbors as kids, and we've kind of kept in touch all these years and everything. We've known each other for, oh my goodness, probably about 45 years, something like that. So yeah, it's a long-standing friendship, and we're uh, him and his wife and their young son. I think his son is from a previous marriage, if I remember correctly. But anyway, we haven't kept in contact constantly over the years. It's been kind of off and on. But anyway, they're going to be taking a little trip over here, and he was asking me, "Hey, what part of town are you in?" And I told him, and it was like, "Okay, yeah, we're thinking about taking that trip." So they're both him and his wife are both huge baseball fans, so they'll probably take in a Twins game, and which I wouldn't mind. I do like a ball game. I went to a couple when I was in San Diego once, and really enjoyed myself. It's completely different in person versus on TV, and yeah, I wouldn't mind taking in a Twins game. So I really don't have any. I'm not really partial to any particular team anymore. Of course, when I was a kid, everything was the Tigers, with being in Michigan. And let's face it, back in those days, they had a really good team, really good. So went all the way to the World Series, so and won. So it was like, yeah, it was I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind taking in a Twins game. So, but yeah, might get caught up with an old friend. That would be awesome. Him and his wife went out to Vegas once when a few years back when I was still out there, and we caught up there at Mandalay Bay. They stayed a couple of like 2-3 nights downtown, and then 2-3 nights there at Mandalay. So that was really cool catching up with them and everything. So. Well, we shall see how that happens, how that works out. And then the other thing, too, that happened yesterday, if you haven't seen it on the news, I guess there's somebody posing as a cop, shot a couple of lawmakers, and in one circumstance it was the lawmaker and his wife. I think they were state senators from both sides of the aisle. So last I had heard, he was still at large. So I don't know. So of course, thoughts and prayers and everything go out to their families. I mean, I don't get me wrong. For me, I know for these guys it's a big deal, but for me, it's kind of like a common everyday occurrence with being from Vegas. It's like, okay, you know, somebody else is shot, somebody, some other sort of community representative, their life is threatened or shot or what have you. I mean, it's happened all the time out there, unfortunately. So, but here it was kind of a big deal and so forth. Not that I'm trying to play it off or anything, but with myself, it's just I'm used to it. So, wasn't that big of a deal for me, but still yet I do send some positivity out there and everything, and hopefully they're able to catch the guy and find out. Hopefully we might find out, why. Unfortunately, some circumstances we never do. Sometimes it is just what it is, and it's the world that we live in. Unfortunately, it's just now finally catching up here, I guess. Hate to say it, I know. But yeah, there's no place that is safe, basically, is what it boils down to. Even here, and it does kind of blow my mind a little bit where, I have time, keep the doors and windows unlocked and this and that and everything. And it's like, I mean, they even just had it happen. I think it was last week where Rick had gotten up overnight and he'd seen cops running around and so forth, and he stepped out, and then he steps outside. Hey, what's going on? Did you see somebody running around in backyards? It was like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? But it is what it is, you know? Oh, half the time we just leave the doors and windows open, and it's like, or unlocked, and it's like, yeah, shit happens even in small towns, people. But especially in this day and age. Oh well, it is what it is. So, but anywho, it is quiet here. That's one of the reasons why I don't mind. Um, I'd like to be more on this side of town. It's really quiet, really, really quiet. But some of the areas I was in, still yet, it was all very, very quiet. I was really shocked. And yeah, and I know there was at least one area I could think of is probably not the best neighborhood or whatever. Um, it was quaint though, you know. But I'm used to it, you know. Not just Vegas, but also where I lived at before. It was there were areas that were not all that terribly great, you know. And I went to school in one of them. Um, doesn't really bother me. I'm just used to it. Pretty much lived it my whole life. It's like, oh, gunfire? Okay. Oh, boy. So, but anyway, yeah. Looking forward to getting back out there doing it again. So, anywho, I should probably go and take care of my blood sugar. So, even though I'm not feeling it, I know it'll probably kick in at some point here. So, anyway, love you guys. I will talk at you tomorrow. And I'll probably have more of Little Miss Itchy Coo here. One more time. See if I can get her in. There she is. Yep. She's like, what? What do you want? What you biting me for? Because. I know she loves her mommy. Oh, so much so she's gonna bite me. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Love you.